Have you ever stopped to wonder where your thoughts come from? You're sitting there and suddenly an idea pops into your mind. I should change jobs, or I'm not good enough. But where did that come from? You assume it's you thinking that your consciousness is entirely yours, a private space where you make decisions and experience the world. But what if that's an illusion? What if your consciousness isn't as yours as you imagine? Here at Essence and Existence, we dive into the questions that challenge everything you believe. And today, we're exploring one of the most unsettling. Is your consciousness really yours? We live believing we own our minds, that our thoughts, desires, and choices are free. But what if they're shaped by forces you don't even notice? External influences, memories, or even society? In this video, we'll investigate what philosophy and science say about consciousness, from Schopenhauer's ideas to modern neuroscience experiments, and uncover whether you're truly the author of your own mind. Stay with me, because by the end, you might realize the freedom you think you have is more fragile than you imagined. Let us start with an idea that might feel strange. What if your consciousness isn't as free as you think? You believe your thoughts are yours, that you choose them, that they emerge from a pure, independent self. But philosophy and science tell a different story. For centuries, thinkers have questioned the autonomy of the mind, and one of the first to do so was Arthur Schopenhauer. Schopenhauer, a 19th century philosopher, believed our consciousness is governed by what he called the will, a blind, irrational force that drives us to act, often without our awareness. For him, we aren't the masters of our thoughts. We're more like puppets, moved by desires and instincts we can't control. Have you ever felt an irresistible urge to do something, even knowing it wasn't a good idea, like eating another slice of cake or procrastinating on an important task? For Schopenhauer, that's the will at work. And your consciousness is just the stage where it performs, not the director of the play. Now let's bring this into the modern age. Neuroscience suggests Schopenhauer might not have been so wrong. Experiments like those conducted by neuroscientist Benjamin Libet in the 1980s revealed something striking. Before you make a conscious decision, like pressing a button, your brain has already started preparing for the action several milliseconds earlier. This means that, in many cases, what you think is a conscious choice might just be your brain tricking you into believing you decided. So if even your simplest decisions are influenced by unconscious processes, how can you be sure your consciousness is really yours? Consider this: if your thoughts and choices are shaped by forces beyond your control, whether Schopenhauer's will or the automatic signals of your brain, what remains of your freedom? Are you the author of your mind, or merely a spectator watching a script that's already been written? If Schopenhauer's will and the brain's unconscious processes already challenge your autonomy, there's another factor that makes this even more complex: society. You might think your values, beliefs, and desires are yours, but what if they're actually a reflection of the world around you? From the moment you're born, your mind is shaped by everything you encounter: your family, culture, media, social networks. Have you truly chosen your thoughts, or were they planted in you? Think about your modern life. You wake up and grab your phone. On Instagram, you see ads for clothes you need to be happy. On TikTok, someone tells you that if you don't wake up at 5 a.m., you'll never succeed. On TV, a commercial makes you crave a car you didn't even know you wanted. These messages seep into your mind, and without you noticing, start shaping what you think matters. Suddenly, you're chasing things that aren't even yours. They were desires the society has given you. Schopenhauer would say this is the will manifesting through external forces, manipulating you without your awareness. Let's illustrate this with a story. Meet Pedro, a 25-year-old office worker. Pedro always wanted to be a writer, but he grew up hearing it wasn't realistic. His parents insisted he needed a stable job. His friends mocked the idea of living off books. and society reinforced that success means money, not passion. Over time, Pedro started believing it. He abandoned his dreams and followed the path he should take. But deep down, he felt empty. One day, while reading a book that reminded him of his passion, he wondered, were these choices really mine, or did I just do what others expected? Pedro's story shows how society can hijack your consciousness. You think you're free, but often you're just following a script written by others. Your beliefs about success, happiness, even who you are. How many of them are truly yours? If you never stop to question this, how can you know if the voice in your head is yours or just an echo of the world around you? If your consciousness is shaped by unconscious forces and society, how can you begin to understand what's truly yours? How can you take the reins of your mind amid so many external echoes? Here are 3 practical steps to question and perhaps reclaim some of your autonomy, inspired by the ideas we've explored. First step, observe your thoughts without judgment. Set aside a moment each day, maybe 5 minutes in the morning, and simply pay attention to what crosses your mind. Don't try to change anything, just watch. Where do these ideas come from? Are they your authentic desires or reflections of something you saw on TV or heard from someone? Schopenhauer teaches us that the will often guides us without our notice, so this exercise is like turning on a light to see it. Ask yourself, is this mine, or was it placed here by someone else? Second step, disconnect to reconnect. In an era dominated by screens and notifications, your consciousness is under constant attack. Try a day without social media or news, just you and your thoughts. It might feel tough, but it's a chance to hear your inner voice without external interference. Neuroscience shows the brain needs silence to process what's truly yours, so this step is like clearing the noise that shapes you without your awareness. Third step, actively choose what matters to you. After observing and disconnecting, start deciding which values and desires you want to keep. If you realize, like Pedro, that you wanted to be a writer but gave it up due to external pressure, take a small step, write a page a day. Freedom doesn't come from total control, but from taking responsibility for what you accept as your own. As Liebert's experiments suggest, not all choices are conscious, but you can train your mind to filter what resonates with who you want to be. These steps, 1, to give you a consciousness 100% yours. Perhaps that is not even possible, but they'll help you see beyond the influences to find a space where you can be more than an echo of the will or society. What if that space is the true beginning of your freedom? We've reached the end of this journey, and I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. Your consciousness, that space you always thought was entirely yours, might not be as free as you believed. Schopenhauer showed us that the will guides us from behind the scenes. Neuroscience revealed that our decisions often happen before we're aware of them, and society is constantly shaping what we believe are our thoughts. But here's the good news. Recognizing this is the first step to freedom. Maybe your consciousness will never be 100% yours, and that's okay. What matters is that you can question, observe, and choose what you want to carry with you. You're not just a puppet of the will, nor an echo of others' expectations. You're just someone capable of looking within and deciding what truly matters. What if true freedom isn't having an untouched mind, but the courage to question what's inside it? Here's my challenge. Today, take 5 minutes to observe your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this mine, or was it placed here by someone else? Start small, but start. And over time, you'll discover that even in a world full of influences, there is still a space that's yours alone. A space where you can be who you truly are. If this video made you think, hit the like button, subscribe to Essence and Existence, and ring the bell so you don't miss any content. Share in the comments, have you ever noticed a thought that didn't feel yours? I'd love to hear your experience. And if you want to continue this existential journey, check out our latest video on the absence of purpose in life. Until next time, remember, questioning your consciousness is the first step to making it more your own.